Hello everybody, I'm Alicia. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a beaded ladybug. I was asked on Facebook to do a tutorial on this, and I never had a ladybug designed, and I've thought about doing it before, and when I was asked, I realized I should really figure out how to make a ladybug. And so I started doing it with Delicas, and the ladybug was too small, and then I made it bigger, and it was so complicated that it would have been like 2 hours to do a tutorial on it, and it wasn't even that great in my opinion, the flat ladybug. But anyways, the lady that asked me to do a video on a beaded ladybug said that she wanted something that was simple because she is kind of a beginner stage. And also, she said that it did not have to be 3D. So that's why I was doing it with Delicas, because I was trying to get it flat. So I ditched that because I was not happy with it, and I did regular seed beads, and these do have a 3D look to them, but how they are made, they are actually 2D, they're flat. It's just the monofilament, which is an awesome string material, that makes them have this 3D look to them. So this ladybug here is made with 6/0 seed beads, and it was the first one that I made. And after I made this ladybug, I didn't put the ring band on it. I wanted to see what this was like with 8/0 seed beads. So I made this one next. Now after I did the 8/0s there, I then started working on the ring band, and I made this one here, and I really love that ring band. And I was going to do a tutorial on this, but I really wanted, I just knew that I had to have a flower ring band, and I knew that I could not do the daisy chain. This is not the daisy chain, by the way. This is something I came up with myself. The daisy chain stitch has to be done with one needle and thread. This one here is weaved with 2 ends of monofilament, and I got this really cool flower pattern. So I am going to show you how to do this flower pattern here as your ring band, and maybe later on in another tutorial I'll show you how to do this ring band, which is really cool. So for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make these really cool ladybugs. And by the way, after I made these two, I thought, what if I could make another bug using the same, weaving it the same but changing the colors. So this one here is actually a scarab. I went online and I researched pictures of scarabs, and I saw a scarab beetle that was the exact same color as these beads here, and I couldn't believe it. This is green iris. My camera is not showing the colors in this well, but the 8/0 seed beads right here are green iris, and this here I think is called brown iris matte. They're matte colored, and this was the same color as the scarab beetle. I would show you the picture, but I lost it. I had it on my phone, but I lost it, and I can't find it again. But yeah, so this is a scarab beetle. So you could do a ladybug or a scarab. It's up to you. And I'm also going to show you, like I said, how to do the flower ring band, because it really makes an awesome ring. So let's get started. Here is the list of materials you will need to make a beaded ladybug ring or a scarab ring. You will need 4 feet of 8-pound or 10-pound monofilament. Again, you will need 4 feet of 8-pound or 10-pound. I'm also using 8/0 seed beads for this ring. I prefer the 8/0s more than the 6/0s, but if you don't have the 8/0s, you can use 6/0s. So, something else I need to tell you. I found that I got the best looking ladybugs using Czech Preciosa seed beads. Now you can use different name brand seed beads for the ring band, but for the ladybug, I got the best results with Czech Preciosa seed beads. Because of their shape, they just made an awesome looking ladybug. So you will need 28 red seed beads and 21 black seed beads, and again, those are 8/0s. Now you're going to need 11/0s or 10/0 seed beads. You don't want to mix the sizes together. Those are just the 2 sizes you can use. The purple and green ones I'm using are actually 10/0s, and the yellow ones, the center of my flowers, are 8/0s. You will need 8/0s to do the center of the flower because you want to fill that hole up. Okay? And you're also going to need a pair of tweezers, and I have a beading awl here. I might need this. I'll see how it goes. And this is it. So let's do this. Okay, we are going to start by making the base of our ladybug. Now, I'm using 8 seed beads like I've told you before, and I usually color the ends of my monofilament with permanent marker, but I'm not doing it this time because it always rubs off within just a few minutes. I have to stop filming and reapply it. And also, I have a new bead mat, and I don't want it to stain my bead mat. But I promise you, you will understand how to do this. It's not that hard. So I'm going to start by picking up 3 red 8 seed beads. Okay? We're going to crisscross our ends through the third one. Bring the ends together so they are even, and bring this 1 seed bead all the way down until you have this triangle shape. Okay, so this is in the center of my string. Now what I'm going to do is pick up a red seed bead on each end, and then I'm going to pick up a third one right there in the middle, and I'm going to crisscross through the middle one, just like that, and bring this down. Okay, and now I have this. I'm now going to pick up 2 red seed beads on my right side and crisscross through the second. Bring this down. I now have what looks like this. So this string here is on the inside of my ladybug. This one is pointing to the outside. I'm going to take the one that's pointing to the outside, and I'm going to pick up 1 red, 1 black, and 1 red seed bead. So I'm picking up 3. Okay? I'm going to take my other string and crisscross through the third bead like that, and bring this down. Now this black seed bead is marking the center of our ladybug right here. This is what separates the wings, okay? That black seed bead. I'm going to take this string here, the one that's on the inside, not the one that's on the outside by the black seed bead, but the one that's on the inside, and I'm going to pass through that seed bead right there, the next one. Pull that through, and you should have what looks like this, okay? So this string right here, I'm going to take that one, the one that's next to the black seed bead, and I'm going to pick up another black seed bead and a red one. So picking up 2, we're going to crisscross our ends, bring this down, and we should have what looks like this. This string right here, I'm going to reposition it by passing through this bead. Okay, so through that bead, I now have what looks like this. Okay, this string right here, I'm going to take the one that's on the inside, that's next to the center of our ladybug, right by the black seed beads, and I'm going to pick up 2 black seed beads. I'm going to crisscross my ends through the second one. Okay, so we're now making the head of the ladybug. So I now have this. Now I'm going to take this string right here, the one that's by all the red, not this one that's by the black. I'm going to take this one on the left side, and I'm going to pick up 3 black 8/0s. Okay, with my other string, I'm going to crisscross my ends through the third one, the last seed bead. Okay, so crisscrossing it, bringing it down. I now have half of my head, and now I'm going to take this string right here that's coming out the very top of the head, and I'm going to pick up 3 black ones. 1, 2, 3, and crisscross my ends. Okay, sorry about getting out of frame, but you really didn't miss anything. I was just pulling the string down. Okay, so now we have this. See how that looks like a heart, the head? I'm going to take this string right here that's on the inside and pass through that 1 black seed bead. So I'm going to hold it right here. Okay, so passing through the seed bead right there, just like that. Okay, I'm now going to flip this over and work on it upside down. So, on this string right here, not the one that's in the middle of the wings, but on this one I'm going to pick up 2 red seed beads and I'm going to crisscross my ends through the second red seed bead. Bring that down and pull it tight, by the way. We haven't pulled it tight much, have we? Okay, so now I have this. This string right here has to pass through that black seed bead. So I'm going to take it and go through just that one black one. Okay, just like that. That's what we have. Now with this string here that's on the side of our wing, not the one that's in the center, but on the one that's on the side, I'm going to take that and pick up 2 red. Okay, and then I'm going to crisscross through the second one. I keep getting stuck on the corner of my cutting mat that's underneath my bead mat. Okay, this is what I have now. I now have to take this string and pass through the black seed bead. Just like that. Okay, so we're now at the bottom. So I need to turn and go this way now. So I'm going to take this string that's coming out the black seed bead and pick up 2 red. So the one that's coming out the bottom of our ladybug, but also coming out the black seed bead, I'm taking that string, picking up 2 red, and I'm crisscrossing through the second one. Okay, bring this down. I now have what looks like this. So you see how well all of these beads sit together, they fit together? It's because the Czech seed beads, they have a really awesome shape. I love Czech. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it this way because I just have to do that this way, and I'm going to do the side of our ladybug. We're almost done with the base. Okay, so I'm going to take the string that's coming out the bottom of our ladybug, this one right here, not the one that's going towards the head, but the one that's coming out the bottom, and I'm going to pick up just 2 seed beads because we're doing that triangle thing again that makes the ladybug rounded instead of square. If I did 4, our ladybug would be square. Okay, so there's 3, as you could see. Now I'm going to take this string here, this one right here, that's on the inside, and pass through this one red seed bead. Okay, now I'm going to take this string that's on the outside and pick up 2 that are red. Now I'm going to crisscross my ends to the second one, bring it down, just like that. I'm going to take this string here and pass through this red seed bead, not the black one, just the red one, that one right there, okay? So through there, you should now have this. Okay, I'm going to take this string right here. Actually, it doesn't matter which one, we're only picking up 1 bead. So I'm just going to pick up my last seed bead and crisscross my ends through it and bring it down. Okay, so now looking back at this, the head looks like a heart right now. We have the 3 there, 3 there, 3 here, 3 here together, and that is what's giving us the round shape. Okay, so we now have the base of the ladybug complete, and we're ready to fill it in so you can't see the holes. So we have a string that's exiting out right there at the top beside the head, and then we have this one that's coming down. I'm going to take this string right here and I'm going to fill in the holes. So I'm going to pick up 1 red 8/0, I'm exiting out here. I'm going to pass through this next seed bead. Okay, picking up another 8. I'm going to pass through this seed bead here, just like that. Now I'm going to take my end and go through this one. We're going up now. We're going to fill in these holes and we're going to put some spots on our ladybug. So I'm picking up a black seed bead. Right here I'm going to fill it in, and in order to do this you may have to bend your ladybug just slightly so you don't pass through the next bead. We only need to go through the one red one there. Okay, I'm going to pick up another black seed bead. So I passed through that one there. Here's my string. I'm now going to pass through that red one, the next one. Okay, so again you want to bend this so that you only pass through that one red seed bead, and pull this through. Okay, so I now have this, and you can see that your wings folding down. See how it's folding down? That's absolutely fine. Do not worry about that. Okay, now I'm going to take this string, the same one, and I'm going to pick up one black seed bead. I'm right here coming out of this red one. I'm going to pass through this black seed bead. Okay, and it's going to fill in this gap, and it's going to make our head more rounded so it doesn't look like a heart. And now I'm going to take the same string again and reposition the string by passing through this black seed bead, and I'm going to turn the ladybug upside down now, and I'm going to pass through this next black seed bead right here. Okay, we're going to go straight down the center of our ladybug in between the wings. So I'm Xing out of this seed bead right here. I'm going to put a black one in this hole and pass through the next one. Okay, so there's my next seed bead. I just picked one up. Bend the ladybug again so you can pass through the next seed bead. You only have to pass through one at a time. Okay, just like that. This is what we have so far. Again, I'm going to pick up another black seed bead, bend the ladybug again, and pass through the next black one. So Xing out of there, picking up a seed bead, passing to the next one, filling in that hole. Again, pick up another black seed bead, filling in this hole here. I'm going to pass through the next one. Okay, just like that. Now I know you're thinking, oh, we have to put a black seed bead there, but now is not the time to do that. Now we have to reposition our string so we can go through this side. So I'm going to take the same string, okay, coming out the black seed beads in between the wings. I'm going to pass through this red one, okay, then I'm going to turn it again, and we're going to pass through this red one, and we're going to add another polka dot or spot, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so there's my seed bead. I just picked up a black one. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to bend the ladybug and pass through the seed bead right there. Okay, so there's a spot. Picking up another black seed bead. I'm going to put it right here. So I have to pass through this red one. Don't go through that black one yet. Okay, so there we go. We have our 4 spots, and we have the center of our wings filled. Now I'm Xing out right here. I have to add another seed bead there to fill that gap so it matches this side. So I'm going to pick up one seed bead, and again we are still using 8/0 seed beads. In case you're a newbie at this, I thought I would let you know. Okay, so I just put that seed bead in. So see how it's curling up? Do not worry about that. When we go to the outside edge, it's going to fix that. Okay, so what we did, a little recap. We were exiting out of this bead. We passed through some seed beads that were already here, picking up seed beads. We swung a corner, went straight this way, picking up seed beads, swung another corner, came straight down the middle, picking up more seed beads, filling in the gaps. Came around this corner, filled in those gaps there, and now we're exiting out here. So now what I'm going to do, working with the same string, I'm exiting out of this black seed bead that's right here. I'm going to pass through this one that's at the top, okay? I'm going to pick up a black seed bead. This is going to be the center of our head, and I'm going to pass through the next one. Okay, that just popped into place. And now I'm going to take the string and I'm going to pass through these two that are black. Okay, and then I have to pass through some red ones. So I'm going to go through two right there. Okay, and doing this is connecting the wing to the head better, so the ladybug is laying perfectly. So it's very important to do that part there. I'm also going to take my string and pass through these two right here, okay? So if you look, we have the two polka dots here, and then straight down there's two seed beads, and then there's three right here. You want to be exiting right there, okay? Now, one of our strings is maybe 3 inches longer than the other one. So what you're going to want to do is to take the longer one, which is going to be the one we haven't been working with. It's this one right here, okay? That's the one we left behind earlier. I'm going to take this string and I have to reposition it, and don't worry about pulling this tight yet, okay? I'll tell you when to pull it tight. Okay, so I'm going through these two seed beads. Then I'm going to pass through these three. I could probably only do two at a time, yeah, okay. So those two right there at the head, and then I have to go through the next one. Right beside that, okay? And then I'm going to go through these two black ones here, and we also need to go through the red one. And what we are doing is we are getting in position so we can fill in the edges. And I've tried doing this so many different ways, and this is the best way that I could do it. Okay, we are now here at the black seed bead. I have to pass through this red one. Just like that. We are at the gap now, okay? So I'm going to pick up one red, pass through this next seed bead right here that's sticking out, and fill in this gap. Pick up another red, pass through the next seed bead right there, filling in that gap. Now we're at the bottom of the ladybug. I'm going to pick up another red, pass through this red one right here, fill in that gap. And now we're at the bottom of the ladybug where the wings are separated. So I have to pick up a black one this time. And I'm going to pass through this next red seed bead, filling in between the wings right there. Okay, I'll get my other string out of the way so you could see. And I'm going to pick up my last 8-0. It's going to go right here and fill in this gap. So I'm going to pass through this red one here, and I have to pass through. Am I stuck? I'm stuck. Okay. I have to make sure that, sorry about the camera moving there. I have to make sure that the string that I had earlier is coming out the bottom there, because now I have to pass the other string that I just picked up some seed beads with through these 3 seed beads here. Okay? So I got through 2. I have to go through 1 more. Now, something I did wrong with the other ones is I pulled this too tight, and it was a pain to get back through them later when I went to the other side to do the ring band. And so this time I have to be careful that I don't pull it too tight. Just pull it snugly, okay? And you could see that they all come together, and it's perfect. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Isn't that adorable? This is a dark red, and this is a light red. These red ones are called light red. They are made by Preciosa. I think I got them from Rockin' Beads. If you guys need links for where I buy my seed beads, I will leave links for you because I have some good places that I love to go to that I get free shipping. Okay, so if you guys ever need to know that, let me know. That is so cute. I'm really happy with the little guy. So there's the pink one, the bright red, the dark red, and here is my Scarab. And by the way, did you know that pink ladybugs are real? I did a search for different color ladybugs, and there are pink ladybugs. There's also orange ladybugs, which I've actually seen orange ones in real life, and there are yellow ladybugs, so you can play around with the colors. Okay, so now we are ready to do our fancy flower ring band that is not daisy chain. It's a weave that I created just for this ladybug ring. So to do this ring band, we are going to start with 2 green seed beads on each string, and then we're going to pick up 2 of our flower color, which this one's pink, I'm going to be doing purple in this one, and we're going to crisscross through those, okay? And my monofilament is curling up on me, and I've talked about this before. If you take your fingers and run it fast, run the monofilament fast between your fingers, it heatens it up like a straightening iron on hair and makes it straight, makes it easy to work with. Okay, so on each end I'm going to pick up 2 green seed beads. Okay, then I'm going to pick up 2 of my flower color, which is purple, cross through them, bring that down. I'll show you what it looks like, just like that. On each end I'm going to pick up 1 of my flower color, and then I'm going to pick up my flower center, which is the 8-0. So I'm using 10-0s here, and these are 8-0s from my flower center. So picking up the 8-0, I'm going to crisscross my ends through it just like that and bring it down. Okay, so there's half of our flower. Now I'm going to pick up 2 of my flower color on each end, and then I'm going to pick up 2 more, so I'm actually picking up a total of 4, and I'm crisscrossing my ends to the 2 that are in the middle, see? And bring that down, and here is our flower. Okay, so now back to the green. Pick up 2 green seed beads on each end. I'm so far away from the seed beads, by the way, that's why I'm doing it so slow. Okay, so 2 on each end, pick up 2 purple ones, crisscross through the purple, just like that, and bring it down. And this is what we have. Okay, now there's a gap there, don't worry about that, I'll show you how to fix that. Okay, so again, we're going to pick up 1 purple on each and our center yellow 8-0 seed bead, just like that, bring it down. There's half of our flower, just like that. I'm going to pick up the other half, pick up 1 purple on each side, then pick up 2 and crisscross through these and bring it down to complete our second flower. Okay, now I have 5 flowers in all the rings that I've made, and this is like a size 8 or 9. So if you want a smaller one, it might be drastically smaller because you have to take out a whole flower and green there. So that is a lot. That's a lot of beads, so it might be really tiny. So I don't know what size it would be if you're doing less than 5. I know it would be extremely small though. Okay, so I just finished a flower there. I'm going to pick up 2 green seed beads on each end, 2 pink, and then I'm going to crisscross through them. Now if you did 6 flowers, I'm thinking that would be a very big ring. It has to be huge. Okay, there's 2. Now if you're not a size like 8 or 9 and you're smaller, You probably just have to do a different ring band for this. You could do the one that's like that, repeatedly, that pattern there throughout the whole thing. Or you can do the Lattice one that I've always done. I have several different ring bands that I've used. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have the flower started. I'm going to pick up one seed bead that's purple on each side, and then my 8/0, and I'm going to crisscross through that, bring it down, pick up a purple on each side, crisscross through these two, just like that, bring it down. Here's number 3. Looks just like that. It's pretty simple to do. I kind of don't know if I should fast forward this, if I should do it with you guys, or stop. Okay, I just picked up 2 green on each side, 2 purple, crisscross through those, and there I go. I think I'm just going to do it with you guys. I'm just go a little bit faster. Okay, so I'm picking up a purple on each side, a yellow, crisscrossing through the yellow, just like that, bringing it down. That's what I have now. Working on flower number 4. I have to complete this flower, so I'm going to pick up 2 purple on each side. Wait, what did I just say? I'm picking up 1 purple on each side, and then I'm picking up 2 and crisscrossing through them. So I am actually picking up 4 beads and bringing it down. Yeah. Okay, now I have to do the green, because I just completed a flower. So there has to be 2 green on each side, and then 2 purple on each side. Each flower has 8 seed beads in it, by the way. Okay, so now I have that. I'm going to pick up 1 purple seed bead on each side, picking up my 8/0, crisscrossing through the 8/0, bringing that down, doing 1 purple on each side, and then 2 purples, and crisscross through those 2. Bring that down. So I now have my 5 flowers. Okay. And this is one of those ring bands I feel like I just lucked out on when I made it, because it fits me just right. Sometimes when I do a ring band like this that has a neat pattern like that, you can only get certain size rings. And that's what this is like. You can only get certain size. You can't get every size because of how the pattern is. If you want to go, you know, just a little bit smaller than this, maybe like a size 7 or 6, it would be hard because you would break up the pattern. The pattern wouldn't be the same all the way around, and to me, I hate that. I want the pattern to be continuous. So I just picked up 2 green seed beads on each side. I did my 5th flower. I'm going to pull this tight. You might want to go back, make sure you got everything correct. It all looks good. Okay, so now I have to connect to this side over here. Okay, so you can see my 3 seed beads there, straight down from my 2 polka dots. I'm going to come over here. I have this string that's right here on my right side. I'm going to pass through these 3 8/0s, and I probably have to do 2 and then go through the 3rd one there. Oh, did I get through all of them? I can't tell. Okay, so I got through those 2, and now I have to pass through this one. Okay, so passing through all 3 of them, just like that. I gotta turn this because I am so right-handed. Okay, I'm going to do the other side now. Pass through all 3 of these. Oh, a little trick. I want to make sure I told you guys this. I have a beading needle here, size 10 beading needle. I discovered that if I put the needle through the 8/0s like this, wiggle it a little bit, gently pull it out, it helps to get through the beads. It lines them up some. Watch it not work for me now, but I did it several times with the other rings. Okay, I'm going to pass through this one, actually. It might be hard to go through the middle one if I do that. Okay, I'm going to try it anyways. Okay. So I went through that one, and I have to get through these two. So see how I just went through that one bead? I'm pulling it, and it's pulling it away from these two. So now I'm able to pass through these, because I made a big opening there for me to go through it. Okay, so now I have this. Okay, looks all bunched up. It's not bad though. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in the edges. This is so easy to do. I'm going to take the stringing material, pass through these two green seed beads. Okay, you don't have to pull it tight yet. And then I'm going to take the same string and pass through these two. We're not picking up any beads in this area, by the way. Okay, don't go through the green ones, just the flower beads. Just like that. Pull this over here. So I went through those two green ones and those two purple. Now I'm going to turn this around and do the same thing on this side. Through these two green, and if I can, if I can go through all these. Heck with it. I'll just do it the way I've been doing it. Okay. Just like that. So you see how there's a gap here, but I just passed through those two, I didn't fill it in? That's because when you pull this tight, it brings those beads together, and it makes that center, the yellow bead, the 8-0, fit in there perfectly, and it looks like a flower. So that's why I didn't fill that in. Okay? So now I'm going to start picking up beads. So I have one string over there that I wrapped around my fingers. I'm pulling it snug now. I'm exiting. I gotta get that needle out of here. Poke myself. Okay. I'm exiting out of the flower. I have to put these green seed beads straight. I just picked up one green seed bead. I'm gonna pass through these two green. Fill in that gap. Picking up a green. I'm going to fill in this gap right here. I'm going to pass through these two. Just like that. So we're going to have 4 green seed beads in between the flower. Well, there's going to be 4 on this side and 4 on that side when I get to the other side. Alright, so I'm right here. I just picked up one green. I'm going to pass through these two. Pick up another green. I'm right here. I'm going to pass through these two, and I get about halfway through the ring. I'm halfway now, okay? And I'm going to stop and go to the other side so the tension is even. Alright, so I'm exiting out of my flower. I'm going to pick up one green seed bead. Coming out the flower, I'm going to pass through these two green ones. I picked up one green, passing through those two. Filling in that gap. Picking up one green. Passing through, you know, those green ones there. Just like that. Put that green into place. And pull that snug. So now I'm here. Again, I'm going to pick up a green. Pass through these two. Another green. And I'm already halfway now, but I'm just going to keep going. Okay, but I will stop and tighten both of them. So it looks like that. Okay, so I'm just going to take one of these strings and I'm going to keep going. So exiting out the flower, pass through two beads, two green, picking up a seed bead, exiting out the green. I'm going to pass through my two purple, Picking up another green one. Xing out the flower. I'm going to pass through 2 green. Picking up another green. I'm going to pass through these 2 right here. Okay, and just like we did at the beginning, we're going to pass through these 2 green ones. We are not picking up a bead right here. No bead. We're actually passing through 4 beads, but we can only do 2 at a time. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to stop. If you want, you can fast forward this, but I'm just going to keep going. Xing out of here, I'm going to pass through the 2 green. Picking up another one. The bead's getting away from me. Pass through these 2. Another green. Through here. Last one. Through these 2 purple. Going to turn this and pass through the last 2 right here. Okay, now I'm going to pull this snug. You know what I do sometimes? This currently has a strange shape because of the 8OC beads, but sometimes when I make rings, I have this dowel. You can also use a ring mandrel thing. And I just put my ring on this, and I pull it tight on the dowel. I think this is a 3/4 inch dowel, which is actually a size 9, 8 or 9 ring. And I pull it tight, and it really helps make the tension perfect all the way around the ring. I really like doing that. Okay, so now we are done weaving, and we are ready to tie knots. So there are 2 different places we can tie our half hitch knots. If you're doing a ring that's like this one with seed beads that are bigger than 10 O's, I want to say these are like 9 O's. They're big. I tied my knots in between here. There's a thread there, a thread path, and I just grabbed that thread, tied knot, passed through here, tied knots there, and I did it going all the way around, and I came out, you know, this side over here, the green, I trimmed it off. But if you're doing small seed beads, like 11 O's, you can't hide a knot right there. It is going to be noticeable. So with this one, I don't think I'm going to tie knots in between, you know, the flowers. I think I'm going to tie my knots in here. So what I'm going to do, I have a string on this side and a string on that side, and the goal is to take this string and go through these 3 seed beads, and then take that string and go through those 3, and then we're going to be inside of the ladybug. Now I have my needle here again, and this is why I was telling you guys earlier, right after we finished weaving the ladybug, to not pull it the ends very tight, because doing that makes this part hard. Okay, so let's see. I have my tweezers here. I'm gonna zoom in some. Let's see. Oh, it worked that time. I told you guys it worked. Doesn't work every time, but it works sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna go through these, and I'm not gonna pull this tight. I'm just gonna pass that through. I'll pull that tight when I get the other one through. Now I'm going to turn this, and I have to take this string and pass through these 3. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my tweezers. I love these tweezers that Lisa sent me. My other ones, I kept dropping them and they were bending, and they didn't grip the string good. These have a real nice grip on them. See how they have that right there? My other ones were just smooth, like this part here. They did not grip. Okay, so I'm trying to push this through, and it feels like I'm hitting the 3rd bead. I'm going to Stick this in here. You know what? I wonder if I could pull this through and it make the end come through. Does that work? Right there's my end, I see it. Okay. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we are going to get it. I think I might have something going on here. Yep, there it is. I went through 2, which is fine. I'll get through the 3rd one. Okay, I'm going to do what I did earlier. I'm going to pull this. It's going to separate these beads so I can get in there and pass through that 3rd one. Just like that. Okay, so now you can see that my ring band is a little loose, so I'm going to put this on here. Again, hold this tight. You don't have to put it on a dowel, I just find it helpful. Okay, now we have to tie knots. So, like I said, there's 2 different ways to tie knots. You can tie the knots in here if you have some larger seed beads where you can hide them, or you can do it in the Ladybug. Now, doing it in the Ladybug is also tricky to hide the knot. So if I were to tie a knot here and here, it would be seen because there's kind of a gap there. This ring here, I made the mistake and I tied a knot after I came out of the bead that's sticking out, and you could see the knot right there. And also I came out of the bead down here that's sticking out and you could see the knot. So I might redo this. I don't know. You know, people that don't make jewelry probably would never notice it, but I notice it. Okay, so I realized when I tie knots that I should tie knots not there or here because there's gaps. So I'm gonna do the bottom of the Ladybug. So I'm gonna pass through here. Okay. Let's see. Pass through. Hope you could see what I'm doing. Pass through this bead. Now I think that I tied a knot. I can't tell. This one, I can't tell if I did it or not. I can't remember because I've taken them all apart several times. But I want to say I did tie a knot there because this bead is sticking out. I want to say that I did. I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to pass through. Now, I'm going to use my bead awl for this. I have to get in a hole and grab the thread that's going this way. I don't know if you could see that or not, but there's a bunch of threads jamming up that hole right there. Okay, that bead awl helped me out. So now I am just on the string that's going this way. I'm going to pass through here, and I like to pass through it twice because when I do it one time, sometimes it doesn't tie. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down, tie the knot, pull it tight. I'm going to pull it in this direction. I'm going to pass through these 2 red beads, and hopefully my knot will disappear. Yes, it disappeared. Okay, so see how this bead is sticking out? That means I could tie a knot here. So again, I'll take my awl and I'll open that up so I can put that down in there. Okay, make a loop. Am I going through the right side? Yeah, I am. Okay. Go through it twice. Tie another knot right here. Pass through this bead. This is the only thing about this ring that I found difficult, is to tie the knots without them being seen. Okay, I'm going to tie one more knot right here. Okay, make a loop, go through it twice. I don't know why I'm showing you guys how to do 3 knots, because you already know how to do it when I showed you the first time. Okay, now I'm going to pass through this bead and through this one. Okay, and pull this tight. Okay, and my knots are pretty well hidden. There's just a little spot right there. That's not bad at all. Actually, that's not the knot, that's just the string. So I did well done here. So I think I might try to go through these 3 and then trim it off, or I'll just trim it off right here if I can't get through those 3. Now over here, do not tie your knot here. It will be seen. You can tie a knot right here though, and it won't be seen. So I'd probably tie one here, go through these beads. I would, if I tie a knot here, I think it would be hidden. Yeah, this, it's like you want to tie your knot before the sticky outy bead. So this is what I call the sticky outy bead. So if you tie your knot here, it should go inside of that bead. And then I would pass down through these 2 and tie a knot here because this bead is sticky outy. And then I would pass through this red one and trim my string there. So that's what I would do, and that's what I'm actually going to do, but I'm not going to do it on camera because the video is going to be extremely long. So that's how I tie my knots. Keep going until you have all your knots tied, and you'll have such a cute Lovebug ring. Not a Lovebug, a Ladybug. I cannot speak when I do videos. So I finished the ring and I tied the knots exactly the way that I told you I was going to do it, and it worked. None of my knots are visible, so I'm really happy. So this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and like me on Facebook. And don't forget to share pictures of the jewelry we've made from my tutorials on my Facebook page, and follow me on Pinterest. Thanks for watching.